Today I am going to start with modern British drama. And students, what happened in this period? During the Victorian era, Britain was actually constrained by a rigid class system. Many people, including those related to the arts, dealt with the inability to obtain any sort of individualism, and the elite dominated the British culture. For that reason, modern British drama became an era of British literature focusing on finding and receiving its own identity. And English drama during the modernism period falls under three categories. तीन कैटेगरीज में स्टूडेंट्स ये फॉल करता है. पहला कौन सा कैटेगरी है? द फर्स्ट कैटेगरी एंड द अर्लीस्ट फेज इज मार्क्ड बाय द वेरियस प्लेज ऑफ जॉर्ज बर्नेट शॉ and John Galsworthy, which comes under the category of social drama. And these dramas are modeled upon Ibsen. Yes, this is very important. The second phase, which saw the plays of the Irish dramatic movements by some elite writers such as W.B. Yeats. And this phase, the drama contained the spirit of nationalism. And the last and the final and the third phase of modernism in drama saw the drama writings, the dramatic writings of T.S. Eliot and Christopher Fry. And this third phase also saw the emergence of poetic dramas. And these poetic dramas have been inspired by the Elizabethan and the Jacobean tradition, which we had discussed in the earlier classes. So students, this modern age actually reflected various aspects. And what are these various aspects? First of all, the most important, realism. Realism portrays the problems in our society like marriage, education, justice, law, administration, and a war or a strife between labor and capital. And if you have read that play, which is considered to be the best example of problem play by G.B. Shaw, is none other but Candida. And modern drama is essentially a drama of ideas. It is a drama of romanticism. It is a comedy of manners. It also consists of the words like impressionism, expressionism, history, and even biographical plays like G.B. Shaw's Caesar and Cleopatra. Fine. And even we can say John Drinkwater's Lincoln and Mary Stuart. Now students, to go further into the details about modern drama has also given us some new conditions, some new terms, some new movements to understand. And to understand this portion, you have to understand the Irish theatre movement. Students, what is this Irish theatre movement? It is one of the earliest examples to rewrite drama again, which came with the Irish theatre movement, which actually signaled by the opening of the Abbey Theatre in 1904. एबे थिएटर जो 1904 में आया था, उसका रीराइट करने का एक नया तरीका था. एंड द मूविंग स्पिरिट्स ऑफ द थिएटर रेनेसां वर जॉर्ज मूर, W.B. Yeats, and even Lady Gregory. And the most important dramatists of this movement were J.M. Synge and Sean O'Casey. Fine. So the first was the Irish drama movement. The second is verse drama. What is this verse drama? You have to understand, students. See, the English contribution to the modern experiment in drama was a new kind of verse drama. And verse drama was a movement of writers rather than of individuals, closely associated with theatres, closely associated with the stage. And they argue that the characters on stage could not possibly express the totality of human experience. Therefore, the dramatist should recover his full powers of expression instead of relying on the expressive powers of the characters to communicate his vision. And the poetic language replaced the probable language of the dialogue. And the practitioners of this verse drama of this mode were T.S. Eliot, Christopher Fry, W.H. Auden, and even Christopher Isherwood. The third in sequence which is important in this section to study is that the working class drama, and yes, the term the angry young man. If we talk about the post-war revolt against the pre-war modes which came in the 50s, and it was anti-intellectual and anti-elitist and provided new content to the drama. इन्होंने हमें नया कंटेंट प्रोवाइड कर दिया and depicted with a lot of vitality, lot of energy, the life and the style of the new generation which started pouring into our system. And some examples are John Osborne's play, which is very famous internationally, Look Back in Anger. Such a great example. And they have been focusing on the frustrations and the aimless drifting of the young people and the poor people and the unemployed people, which has been the discussion in that time. The next point which we are going to discuss under this heading is alienation and the epic theatre. What do you understand by the alienation and the epic theatre? See students, अगर हम बात करें plays की, कहाँ की? The plays of the late 40s and even plays of the mid 50s, which became very popular, but they did not set new directions. उन्होंने हमें कोई नया directions नहीं दिया for the drama, but there were many influences of continental theatrical practices which began to be felt in England. And yes, one of the most important influence was the historical play which Bertolt Brecht considered epic drama. And Bertolt Brecht already contributed a lot of expressionistic drama, which was a prominent and widely influential form of writing in the 1920s. Expressionism or expressionistic drama tends to represent the anonymous human types instead of the individual characters and replaces plot with episode. इन लिटरेचर, अगर हम साहित्य की बात करें, लिटरेचर की बात करें, तो जो एक्सप्रेशनिज्म है, इट इज ऑफन कंसीडर्ड अ रिवोल्ट अगेंस्ट द रियलिज्म एंड नेचुरलिज्म, seeking to achieve a psychological or the spiritual reality rather than recording the psychological or the spiritual reality in the logical sequence. And their work was often characterized by a bizarre distortion of reality. And this term expressionism dominated the German theatre in the 20s and had a tremendous impact on the American literary scene. If I talk about one of the most important and popular dramatist of America, Eugene O'Neill, who has written a great play, The Emperor Jones, and even Elmer Rice, The Adding Machine. And these two playwrights with their plays, they show the strong influence of expressionism in their plays. The next important heading which we are going to discuss and which you must have read also, that is absurdist drama. Absurdist, theatre of absurd, which has been a very popular term for every English literature student. See, the most potent influence on drama was the practice of the French dramatists like Eugene Ionesco, Jean Genet, and Jean Enola. And these plays or their plays were generally labeled as absurdist. It is rooted in the existential philosophy of Jean-Paul Sartre and even Albert Camus, who wrote the essays of Sisyphus, which view a human being as isolated in an alien universe and is also devoid of inherent truth or inherent meaning. And the divorce between the man and his life, the actor and his setting is properly the feeling of absurdity. And yes, you must all be knowing that the most significant dramatist of absurdism is Samuel Beckett with his Waiting for Godot.